This is the beginning of life as we know it. And the most magical thing of all the cells that we can find is the reproductive system. That is the most amazing cells of them all. How does it do it? How do the reproductive system cells work? I believe all over the world, there are people with something about their cells, the cervix cells, for example, somewhere around the world, have that piece of the puzzle to create the vaccine for the COVID vaccine. Somewhere in the world, a simple pap smear all over the world, and people all over can donate a cell, just like Henrietta Lacks, Lacks. Look it up. Her cell, cervical cell, had donated to the polio vaccine. But look at the amazing thing about life and how it begins. And that is where somewhere in the reproductive system, a basic thing somewhere along that line is where we can find pieces of the puzzle to the coronavirus. But it's not going to be just one cell. It's going to be about 20 groups of people that they're going to find unique. Somewhere along the line in the reproductive system. So the key will be to get more people to volunteer to donate donate DNA. Henrietta Lacks' cell was able to be recultivated and grow to be used for a lot of things, including the polio vaccine. However, to get people to do that, we need peace. We need goodwill. If we have hatred, people will not trust anybody. And that is the key to where we can find these cells for the building blocks. The biggest thing, there might be somebody, a woman, detained in the border. And there might be somebody displaced by war from Syria. They have the cells. Somebody in South America, somebody in Africa. It's just all over the world. However, we need peace. We need goodwill. And from that is where we're going to be able to get more women to donate the cells or pap smear or whatever, to get just the cell to donate. So the key is right there, is that simple. And that's why I advocate Trump be defeated, because he's got too much baggage for people to trust anybody. He's got to be defeated. And from that, we bring new peace, new chapter, and then somewhere along the line, a miracle will happen. Just like life, just like everything else. Our society can be looked at as a cancer patient. Keep the body as healthy as possible while the chemo does its job to destroy the cancer, hopefully in minute laser fashion. Society is also like a cancer patient. Keep the patient as healthy as possible, which then the chemo forces, which I call the police and military, can do their job attacking the cancer. In this case, the cancer is hate. And that's what we need to destroy. As such, hopefully the chemo forces will do their job in pinpoint apparatus. We need to have a healthy body politics. Trump is nothing but spreading the hate. Hopefully Biden will not bow down to the hatred as well, because that just spreads the cancer of hate. Hate has no bounds. the hate cancer has metastasized every single group of people. Blacks, whites, police, Asians, Hispanics, Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals. It has metastasized everyone. The thing to defeat is not having war with each other, but going after the hate itself, the cancer. We need to first of all, start showing scenes in which people are increasing the healthy body politics. That's where the media has to come in and show goodwill between people. And that goodwill will spread like crazy. People will catch on to it, feel it on their media. And that goodwill will create the goodwill between each other. And so our police and military can do their job in pinpoint accuracy. And so that is the key to healthy body politics, which gets into how the vaccine will be developed. As part of cancer care, do no harm. Part of the cancer doctor will be to say and do and say the right things, or not to say the wrong things. We have bad Dr. Trump. His voice does not make the body politics healthy. That doctor needs to be fired. I was at the marches, one of the beginning marches back in Utah. I carried this sign that read this. This is a kind of a close-up. Just look at the facts. And from the sign, I'll give you time to read it. And look at what's happening every single day in our country that the media doesn't talk about because they're too busy hating or trying to make the other party look bad. The media could be used for these discussions, but no. Just look all these little facts. Something's not right with the media. I believe the answer is, as you can see, is come down. I'll stick with this part. And so you can have time to read it. These are the problems we have in which the media can be an asset for us all of us, to solve the problems like this last part says. The key is that out of 200 ideas, 2 are game changers. One idea may lead to a second. 2 ideas may merge into a better third. Radio stations could be used in which they pick a subject, people call in, one caller after the next, or same thing with town hall meetings. Say a short speech, politicians, and then just let people say one thing after the next. One person speak, 2 minutes tops. And from there, people can get all these ideas. Yes, there will be those 199 of just kind of, useless. But those 2 might be game changers. That's what the true way the media could be used. Same thing with Google searches. They're too busy background checks, too busy, bad news. Not enough free flow of information, which we could be solving these problems. That's the key that's going to happen to solving the hate problem of each other, from each other. It's because we're not listening to each other. And to get to that point is that the media has to start showing not only the media be used to solve these problems, which a lot of it has to do with the background of why people are marching. $2 for our ATM withdrawal, 35% for a Visa credit card if you miss one payment. Those are the issues that need to be talked about. As I walked up, I held up this sign, the one that I mentioned before. I went to the marches, police line, marchers. And I went up in between them, talked and walked around the grounds. And I held up this sign. And I walked up to the police and went down the line and just showed them the sign. And the main goal was to say, we need to talk to each other. We need to kind of find common grounds. I'll show the signs to some cops, and they said, you know, I got to agree with it. I showed the signs to some marchers. They said, way to go. These are the issues that we can bridge the gap between the police and the marchers, and now pro-Trump police, whatever, people. The key is to bridge the gap, as God says, to love one another. That is the key. The thing is when I went down the police line, with the line of police, and then there was bottles thrown at the police to my left, and then as I went down, then I noticed they did not hit, and one cop says, you better be careful. But you know what the thing happened is I also walked around the grounds and I saw marchers yelling. And I said, held up my sign. I said, what's really bothering you? And we started talking, looked at the sign, and that's when I asked him, about what's the real beef, he calmed down. And I did that going all across the marchers. And I talked to the police line, and like I said, they had some agreement. Yeah, I like your sign. The key is, that's the key. All these issues need to be talked about. Then we can bring peace, and this peace, showing the good scenes, will be seen around the world. And we also solve the virus problem and prevention of World War III.